What is up, boyos? It is Water Buffalo Man here, and we're back for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Alright, so we're going to be breaking down the EZAs we are getting that should have been part of the KL Celebration banner, but they didn't get it. So we're going to be breaking it down in this separate video. It's going to be with the Goku Black celebration, I guess. Don't know how that really makes sense, but we're going to be diving into these and really just taking a look at what they look like overall and see if they're actually worth doing the EZAs on. Quite a few of them are sub-EZAs. Actually, I think all of them are except for one. Being this Kefla right here is the main EZA, but the rest of them are subs. So we'll probably start in the order of units that I think are going to be good, but let's just take a real quick look here. For those of you that didn't know, as of me recording this, the Dokkan Twitter has been hacked, so be careful what you're clicking on Dokkan Twitter global side, so just try to avoid that entirely. But let's just jump right into the EZAs really quick. So we've got Kefla, Kale, Caulifla, which is going to be even better because she was fantastic back in the day and still kind of is. Hit, and Vados. So let's just start right in with Kefla here. So she is a Universe 6 or Rapid Growth Key 3 170, which is, I mean, kind of expected. She greatly raises attack infinitely and then raises defense for 1 turn on her super. I think it's infinitely, it doesn't specify. She gets Key +1, defense plus 200%, and then an additional 200% attack plus an additional 100% defense when performing a super. So her defense goes up quite drastically. Plus an additional attack of 150 and a high chance of evading enemies' attack, including super with 3 more pierces obtained. Launches an additional super attack with 6 more key spheres. So you could theoretically get 2 supers, double stack the attack twice, and then raise the defense twice, plus getting her... Okay, I mean, that's kind of pretty good. Let's take a look at the Super Saiyan Kefla, though, really quick here. I don't think her super attack changes at all throughout the forms. Nope, it just increases the amount of defense lowering that it does. That's all. Which, I mean, not a huge issue, really. I don't really care for the defense lowering too much, but... She does gain 50% defense and 1 key when transformed into Super Saiyan 1 Kefla. She gains an additional 50% attack on her passive as well in the super attack variation. That stays about the same, but it cuts down to 2 key spheres. She gains an additional 50% defense with 4 more key spheres obtained and launches an additional super with 6 more key spheres obtained. So again, not terrible, but let's take a real quick look at her EZA stats. Yeah, no, that's going to be fine. She'll be really, really good. Her attack stats can be kind of high in my opinion, which is that's good. That's not a complaint. That's not me saying it's bad. That's her. She's going to have a really high attack stat, which is going to be nice. And then let's take a look at her Super Saiyan 2 variation really quick here. Again, she lowers defense by 80%, but raises her defense by 30%, so that's really nice. Gains an additional 10% in her defense, and same thing, an additional 10% attack on the super, and an additional 20% when performing super attack. So she's actually looking really, really good. High chance of evading normally. High chance, I think, is 50%. Plus an additional attack of 160 and defense plus 60 with 2 more key spheres obtained. Launched an additional super attack with 4 more key spheres obtained, so that's kind of, again, really good. And launched another additional super attack, chance performing critical hit and chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack plus 20% with 6 or more key spheres obtained. So she has a high chance to dodge, and she'll do additional supers like crazy. So she could theoretically hit 3 additional supers in 1 turn if her hidden potential is built right. So that's kind of nice. And I mean, like I said, with her stats being the way they are, I think she'll do really okay. And this is probably going to be your best linking partner is the Tech Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, which is from the Kale and Caulifla. She's probably going to be your best linking partner, 7 out of 7. Because generally, you're not going to be able to keep the other one in this state, and you're not going to run this leader, to be honest, most likely. So this will be your best pairing to show off her at her max capacity, which she'll then get an additional 5% chance of evading, 18% defense and attack, and then 38% attack total. So, okay, she gets the additional Super Saiyan attack. So she gets a pretty decent attack buff. Her defense goes up quite a bit too, but her biggest thing is going to be the fact that she can do all those supers. So not terrible. I like this EZA. I think she's actually going to be pretty good. I just have to see her in-game, and I do have her link level 10, so we'll be getting that on the 23rd, which would be this day. So my final night of shift, I'll be able to come in the morning and then record this video for you guys in regards to her showcase. Cool, great, perfect. There's the Impressive Progress Kale, who is getting an EZA as well, like I said. Raises attack and defense, which stayed the same. She gets 160 attack and defense at the start of turn, plus an additional 16%. And chance of performing critical hit plus 6 per Pure Saiyans or Peppy Gals category allies on the team. Launches an additional super attack when there's a Universe Saga or Pure Saiyan category enemy. So again, same as what she had before. Launch an additional super when there are 6 more Universe 6 category allies on the team. So you just pretty much gonna have to run her on a Universe 6 team. Plus an additional 160 and guards all attacks when there's an ally whose name includes Kefla attacking the same turn. So that's really good. I don't think she had that prior. She just had the guards. the guard. Okay, yeah, so she actually gained quite a bit. Her stats doubled here, and she gained the additional 6% there. And then this additional 160 just came out of nowhere. So that's going to be pretty good. Let's see what her stats look like right now. Decent across the board because, like I said, the fact she does stack, and her best linking partner being the Caulifla, which is the next one we're going to be looking at, is kind of really nice, as well as having these two here on rotation. So, jumping into the Caulifla, she, again, is one of the ones I'm more excited for. She gets the same style of buff as the Kale does, but she gets attack, defense, and chance of evading plus 8% per Universe 6, whereas Kale gets, what is it? Attack and defense, and crit. She gets crit, Caulifla gets dodge, which is fine. Evades enemies' attacks when they're the Universe Survival Saga or Pure Science category enemy. All allies attack plus 16% for 2 turns after the character evaded 6 or more attacks. When there are 6 or more Universe 6 category allies on the team. So she's a kind of support unit after she dodges 6 attacks for 2 turns, which I mean isn't terrible. She gets the additional 160 to attack and launches an additional super. Okay, Kale I think gets the better one here with the defense and the guard. But, I mean, this one, realistically, she's going to be able to just do more supers and build up her defense better. But, I mean, I think the Kale's is a little bit better, but she still has that high chance, guaranteed dodge against Universe Survival Saga or Pure Saiyan. So that kind of really helps her out a little bit there. But she does, in fact, link again. Same with the Kale and Caulifla units. Those are her best links. Her stats look pretty good. Her attack is kind of high, which is nice. And she's going to have pretty solid defense post-supers as well. Okay, so now this is the unit I'm kind of hoping is actually pretty decent. Sorry if you hear my chair creaking. I'm moving around a little bit. Hit. Because the hit we got originally is absolutely terrible still. He is not something you want to use on your team at all. Oh, by the way, their leader skills are Universe 6 or Peppy Gals 130 for both of them. So, Pure Saiyans or Peppy Gals, so it's not too great to worry about. That's why I didn't really cover it. So, hit gets greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes supreme damage with a high chance of stunning. So, he gives himself 50% defense on his super and attack. He gets Ki +2 and attack defense plus 160 at start of turn. Disables enemy's guard, which, I mean, I guess that's alright. He gets an additional attack and defense of 160 when attacking, so you'd want to keep him in probably slot 2. Plus an additional 60% attack and defense and chance to perform a critical hit when performing a super attack. So, okay, he's actually getting some pretty decent stat buffs when he's supering, because he greatly raises it again, like I said. Great chance of stunning. When the enemy is hit by the character's super attack, high chance of evading attacks from that enemy. So, he gets a 50% dodge when he hits somebody. Disable the attacked enemy's action once within the turn every time the character attacks 2 or more times in battle, and he gets the guaranteed disabled attack animation after he attacks twice, which is kind of cool. Let's take a look at his stats really quick. Quick. Wow. I was trying to talk too fast and I messed myself up. So, he gets 16,000 health, I'm sorry, 15,000 attack and 10k defense. His best linking partner looks to be the Goku and Hit. I mean, he'll get Cold Judgment and the Shocking Speed defense from it, so that'll make him a little bit better. I think this Hit could possibly be better than the Tech one. I mean, it's a possibility. I would have to see him in game to really know, but he looks like he might be better already, because of the amount of stat buffs he has at the start of turn. He has a 200% leader in the new Rose as well as Kale, so I mean, you really have a pretty solid team for him right there with the Universe 6 team. I mean, this hit could be a lot better than what the other tech hit is. But the one unit that I'm actually kind of surprised is getting an EZA, but I'm really glad is the Vados. She becomes Universe 6 Key 3 130, and she massively raises attack and defense on her super. So she gets a 100% buff to attack and defense. She guarantees seals and lowers the enemy attack, which is just immaculate in my opinion. Like, that's fantastic. Let's take a look at her defense really quick. She's got 11,000 defense. Okay, almost 12,000. Kind of really good, so that's going to really buff herself up, especially with her fitting, I think, on the 200% team. Only Gohan's. Okay, so that kind of sucks. She doesn't fit perfectly on the Universe 6 200% team, but she will fit on it 170. I mean, it is what it is, but she'll fit on the team, and her best linking partner on the Universe 6 team is honestly the Shappa. That's not that great, actually. So she's probably just going to be a rotational support unit in a number 3 slot, which is kind of where she would fit anyway. But her stats are looking pretty decent. Like I said, 11,000, almost 12,000 defense. Well, you know, maybe a little lower than that. 11,000 defense, almost 17,000 attack, and almost 20,000 health. I mean, that's pretty good, but let's just read her passive ability really quick. Attack and defense 160 at the start of turn. Great chance of evading enemies' attack, including super, so that's the 70% chance to dodge. Plus an additional 60% attack and defense within the same turn after evading an attack. So if she dodges, she gets an additional 60% attack and defense, which probably won't come into effect because you won't really have her in slot 1. She'll most likely be your slot 3 rotational unit. Universe 6, Realm of God, Siblings Bond, and Bonder Master Disciple category allies get Ki +1 and 20% to attack and defense, which is again why you'd keep her in that final slot. She recovers 40% HP and when HP is 6% or less at the start of turn once only, and randomly changes key spheres with certain type of rainbow key spheres at start of turn if there is another Universe 6 or Realm of Gods category ally attacking in the same turn. That's not as great of an EZA as I was hoping she would have gotten. I would have loved to see the support buff a little higher. Key 1 and 20 isn't that great. But, I mean, she's going to be able to hold her own for the most part, especially with that massively raising attack and defense. And with her great chance of evading, I mean, I would just leave, I would build her with that 5 that she gets guaranteed for being an int type unit, and then just put the rest into additionals. Because if she could do a double super and have that great chance to dodge, or massively raising and that great chance to dodge, she'll be able to tank hits for the most part, not too terribly. Because especially if she double supers, gets the dodge off, and then takes the next hit, she's going to have this buff. Whoops, apparently I copied that. Plus this buff, and then 2 supers. She should be okay. And granted, she can usually seal the unit she's going against. There are certain events I understand that you can't seal. But she would be able to seal that event, the unit that she would be taking the super from. And she has Cold Judgment, so if there's a unit that has Cold Judgment she links with, would be pretty great. So, I mean, we could see it work. What are her link skills? Let me take a really good look at these. Yeah, I don't see her linking too well with anybody on her team other than, like I said, Champa. But you're probably not going to run Champa on a Universe 6 team. If you're running Universe 6, you're most likely going to be running Kale as a leader. You might throw her as your support, but it's now going to be these front 4 are going to be your front 4 main units, no question. 5, and then 6. You might actually swap her out for Kaba, to be honest. Because Kaba's got that Key 3 and 40 for Universe Survival Saga, so Kaba might be better. But yeah, so that's it, guys. Those are the EZAs we have coming to the global side here within the next couple of days. There's a little bit of information coming, which is kind of awesome to keep us a little bit distracted while JP continues to get everything they want and Global gets hacked on their Twitter. But thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in probably about 12 hours when we're summoning for the Goku Black Super Saiyan Rose. So thank you guys, and I will see you guys then. Alright boys, I kind of actually made one mistake. I just completely covered the EZAs a few minutes ago and I accidentally forgot to record this little quick excerpt here. So we got in the data download, we have the promo movie, the Rose Goku Black, which we all knew about, the EZAs, the new stage, and we're getting a new ESBR, we're getting burst mode, and we're also getting baton battle and tickets. So let's take a real quick look and see what we're getting here. It's going to be really quick, like an extra 30-40 seconds throwing on the video we just did. So we have, like I said, the EZAs coming, we're getting Rose coming, we're getting guaranteed tickets of some sort, probably going to buy from the Pilaf Trove, so I'm going to be most likely buying these tickets, doing summons, and then we also have the Dokkan Super tickets, the Super Dokkan Festival tickets. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. Right here, boyos, we have these tickets coming in as a summon, as well as these tickets down here. So we have the normal Dokkan Festival, and then we have these Super Dokkan ticket summons coming, which we have all been getting up to this point from just playing the game. I only have 10 tickets. I'm wondering if they're going to hand out probably 5 more upon launch, but there's a possibility that whoever has these tickets and have been playing could instantly get this new Goku Black or the Zamasu or the Vegito from the Worldwide Download Celebration on these tickets and not actually have to go into the banner. So thank you guys for watching. I know I kind of put this in at the end and I completely forgot, but thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys tonight for some Goku Black summons. See you guys then.